am excited to get this pitch competition started. Is someone gonna run the, sorry, one second. Is someone gonna run the slides? Yeah. So while we're figuring out the slide situation, I will go through the format of the competition. I want to introduce our judges, and then we will hand it off to the startups. So our judges today, and we want to thank you so much for taking your time. We have Connie Chan. She is the VP of ForgePoint Capital. We have Amra Tareen. She is the CEO and co-founder of All3D.ai. And then we have Arkiti Dokania, who is a partner at Ridge Ventures. So please, you guys, let's give it up for the judges. The format of the competition is going to be as follows. So each startup will have 5 minutes to pitch, and they will have 5 minutes of Q&A, and that Q&A, it will only be from the judges. So they'll use that time to sort of understand the evaluation criteria and evaluate each startup. The winner, this is a competition, so the winner will actually be pre-selected to pitch at Open's annual forum, which will be later on in November. That's about 1,000 attendees, so that's very exciting. And they'll also have a 1-month promotion on Open's internal and external community network. So for those of you who don't know, Open Silicon Valley specifically has 5,000 members in that community network, so that is incredible visibility to whoever wins this competition. I want to sort of give it up to the very first startup that's going to be presenting. I want to call on Nida Imami to the stage. She's the founder of Sag.io, and I want her to get started with her pitch.
Awesome, thank you. The green one. Hi, everyone. My name is Nida Imami. I am the founder and CEO of Sag. I love two things, coffee and nature. So a few years back, a friend of mine asked me to join him on a backpacking trip to Stanislaus National Park. Little did I know that one trip can change my entire life. I fell in love. I fell in love with nature, I fell in love with backpacking, and I fell in love with all types of outdoor activity. I couldn't stop talking about how fun everywhere that I was going was with my friends, all those memories that I was making and all those cool things that I was experiencing, and they wanted to join me. But there was a big problem. Outdoor equipment is very expensive to buy. For each activity that you want to do, you have to spend at least a couple of $100s, if not thousands of dollars, to buy the equipment. And your options for having access to affordable gear is very, very limited. So none of my friends were willing to spend a couple of $1,000s to come to a camping trip with me. So they never did. But we built a solution. Our solution, Sag, is a peer-to-peer marketplace where you can rent the outdoor equipment from other people. And by doing this, we're making outdoor adventures more affordable and more accessible for everyone. You might ask, how big is the market? Surprisingly big. Outdoor equipment market size is a $156 billion in the US, and for us, only by tapping to 5% of the serviceable available market, we can have a $3 billion market cap. Our revenue model is super simple. We take 15% of each transaction, and by bringing 50,000 users on our platform, we can have $5 million revenue. How are we going to do that? We have a very strategic go-to-market strategy. We're going to target the 3 states with the highest number of outdoor participants, which are California, specifically SF Bay Area, Colorado, Denver, and Honolulu. And how are we going to bring these users on our platform? We are a fun platform. We let you go outside and have fun. So we're definitely going to leverage from social media. We're going to work with influencers in outdoor sector. We're going to have a targeted SEO, and we're also going to have a referral system. This is the best time to make this platform and execute and go to market. Because after COVID, the number of people wanting to go outside and doing outdoor activities have skyrocketed. Our ICP, people who are from 20 to 30 years old, they're mostly caring about spending their money on experiences rather than buying things, and they're very adapted to using sharing platforms. This is an untapped market potential, and we are practicing sustainability, which is a very important thing. So by using our platform, you can only pay a very small fraction of an actual retail price of each item and have fun. Our product is super simple to use as a renter. You put the item that you're looking for to rent, you put your zip code or the city that you live in, and you click search. And you can see all the items nearby you in that neighborhood, and you can rent it and go and do your adventure. But we are not only a rental platform. We are a community for people who are passionate about outdoors and want to explore activities and meeting new people. So what makes us different from our competitors? Not only we are a peer-to-peer platform for renting outdoor equipment, we offer you really cool, hard-to-find equipments. We also provide experiences. So let's say you want to do something fun in the weekend, you have no idea what to do. Our AI, of course we do have AI, will suggest you places and activities that you can do near you or wherever you ask them. So we want to build a one-stop shop for outdoor activities. And what do we want from you guys? So we're looking for $900,000 for our pre-seed round for the next 15 months runway. And with this money, we will bring 50,000 active users on our platform and generate $5 million in revenue. This is our team. I'm Neda. I have an engineering background, but I also worked in business and helped them triple their revenue. Our CTO and co-founder, he worked in another marketplace and helped them grow and scale. We have Jan, who's a podcaster, YouTuber, and a surfer, who's doing our brand and marketing, and he's Gen Z, so he knows what that generation wants. And we have Leon, our developer that used to work at JP Morgan. We build a platform so you guys can make the memories. Join us in revolutionizing the outdoor recreation. Thank you.
Hi. Hi, Nida. This is really fun. Could you help me understand, how do you create supply? This is clearly, you talked a lot about the demand, but help me understand.
Yeah, so supply is people who already have the outdoor equipment in their garage, and when you buy something, you only use it a couple of times a year. It collects dust, so we're going to help people to generate extra income by renting the equipment that they have in their platform. So we go and find the people that they have equipments, and we have them to list it on our platform.
Can you talk a little bit about how you ensure quality within the products that are listed on your platform, and how you're going to handle disputes, if there are any disputes between the owners and the renters?
Absolutely. This is a great question. So right now, we are making sure that we are listing and asking people to list the items that are more durable, so the chances of the renter breaking or damaging them is way lower. But also, the renter is responsible if anything happens to the equipment. This is the model that other rental platforms or shops are using. But our goal with raising this amount to bring the insurance in the house, so we can make sure that all our suppliers are feeling confident by listing their item on our platform, and we can take care of everything that is happening between them within the company. We try to work with the third-party insurance companies, but we realize that is more expensive than us having our own insurance.
So Nida, my question is, do you have an MVP, and do you have some customers using it or potential customers?
Yes. So This is our product. You can go and search stag.io. We have it up there. Right now, what we're doing is we're studying the marketplace. We're trying to understand what our users really want. So we have a couple of hundred suppliers that they have listed their items. What we do is we actually go and list their items on Facebook Marketplace, where Facebook Marketplace have a lot of audience, and we see each item gets how many requests. So now we're understanding what Marketplace needs, and we make sure that every dollar of the investment money goes into the right direction in terms of user acquisition.
So you have a double-sided network. You have to
Yes.
get people to put their products, and then you can drive demand to get it.
Yes,
Okay.
it's an egg and chicken problem, yeah.
So how many suppliers do you have on your MVP?
Right now is about 500 suppliers,
Okay,
right.
not bad, not bad. Good. Good.
Thank you.
And when did you launch your MVP?
Where?
When? What?
When? It was a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
One more round of applause. Can you? Yeah. I would like to invite our next startup onto the stage, Mohammed Rizvan from StrongestLayer.ai. Can you guys please give it up for him?
Hey everyone. So today our devices are more secure. Only humans are vulnerable. So I'm the founder and CEO at Strongest Layer. So I know, like, we all hate watching security training videos, and it's boring, it's time-consuming, and it's ineffective. So that's why we have built AI Security Assistant to guide you in real time. So my startup story is quite simple. So it started with one of the video training email, and I was like, click, click, click. And that's how everybody is doing, because we are too busy in our day-to-day job, and that's why it's an ineffective, outdated, and theoretical approach. Also, humans make mistakes. This is in our blood, right? So we regardless like how many trainings you show, how many videos you show them, we're gonna make mistake based on like we are emotional, we have tendency to make mistakes, and so on. And even companies are still running the security programs manually. So because of all these reasons, employees are still the weakest line of defense in cybersecurity. So hackers know that. And because of that, the 90% of the data breaches still happening with employee-targeted phishing attacks. And it costs companies $4.45 million each incident to globally. So this is quite a big problem like we need to solve. And how we are solving this problem, again, you don't have to watch videos. So we are solving this problem with our AI system, which have intelligence and real-time threat intelligence power, real-time threat analysis power. So it's like we guide you in real time to make correct security decisions. So for example, like Mike works in finance department. He receives a bad email from hacker. So we are guiding him that this is a bad email, don't respond to him, don't click on any link, or even don't pay to them because this is not the original vendor you are going to pay. And then our system doing the actual threat simulation. So before hackers attacks your employees, we're gonna test using our AI system because we have the intelligence doing that. And then we are available in workflow, like wherever you work, in email, in browser, so that you have the right guidance in your workflow. And then we are fully automated, like there's no manual intervention needed over there. So, no more human mistakes, because our AI assistant actually guiding you in real time. So, I mean, we are just updating the blood. So then it helps you, your companies, to manage the human risk, because your security team can see like from where the risk is coming from and who is more vulnerable and how we can empower them, and our system actually continuously guiding them and training them in their workflow. And then finally, your security team can have a good sleep with peace of mind, considering like they don't have to involve in day-to-day emails or triaging the issues coming from the employee side. So I'm myself co-founder and CEO at Strongest Layer with 18 years of experience at FireEye and Trellix. Josh has joined me from Google. He is having 13 years of experience previously at FireEye and Proofpoint. That's how we met each other during FireEye. So we have a team around 22 people who are ex-FireEye, ex-Cisco, ex-Palo Alto working with us. And then we have few advisors or investors who believe in our mission in this journey. So we are born different, right? So our competitors are fighting on the quality of the videos, quality of the games, quality of the animation. But we are based on the intelligence and the real-time analysis power, so that you don't have to watch videos because it's not your job. Your job is actually doing what you are hired for. So we are making sure like you don't have to watch videos after Strongest Layer. So we launched a few weeks back. So we have very exciting traction of 1.5 million sales pipeline with 5 POCs onboarded already, 2 POCs in discussion, and 1 partner is signed up, and 2 big partners we are in discussion. So our go-to-market strategy is simple right now. We are doing direct sales through referrals, through our connection to the network, and then when we are going to scale up, then we will be using our channels to make sure like we scale throughout so that we don't have to focus that much in marketing or sales. Because we are planning now to have spend enough on marketing or sales people maybe, because we can enable all these partners to make sure like they go for the sales directly. We have pretty big market, $5.56 billion. That is going to be $10 billion in 2027. But right now we are focusing on the small part, which is 69 million SOM. Okay, so we have raised around 600K already from our angel investors. And right now we are looking to raise 3 million with 5-year revenue plan of 34 million. How are we gonna do that? Again, right now we are doing direct sales, and starting from 2025, we will be going through our channels, which we have signed up, assigning already. So we are targeting we are targeting USA, Ireland, and UK right now, these 3 regions, but mainly we are focusing on USA. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much. And very excited because I'm here not to have a business only, but actually doing on a mission or passion to make sure every company have the guidance for their employees to get secure. So thank you so much.
Hi, thank you. Is there a ideal customer profile that you've identified, and what type of security tooling do they already have that you either complement or replace?
Right. So right now our ideal customers are in fintech and education sectors, and both of them are onboarded, and we are talking to them mainly. And they range around 500 employees to 10,000 employees, right? And like one of our customers is using Cisco, right? They are using CrowdStrike. So what's happening, like they have different security controls, and when any attacks bypass, then anything coming to the human layer space, so they are using KnowBe4, which is our competitor. So they were educating or trying to empower users based on videos. So what we are saying, like your employees don't need to watch videos, considering like I have 18 years experience, I cannot still expert that much. How your employees can be expert just with just one videos, right? So we are guiding them through our assistant so that when you have email in your inbox, we can guide you like, oh, this is why actually this is malicious. So you don't have to stress yourself considering it's not your employee's job.
How are you charging them? Like, there are 2 questions basically in this. One, your POCs that you have, what are you actually charging them, and what kind of work do you have to do to get them ready? So like maybe 2 questions in that.
Sure. So we are going, our business model is like pricing per user per month for annual subscriptions. And our pricing starts with $3 per user per month. And with our channels, like we are giving 20% discount on them so that they can also earn something, of course, on that. So that's how we are targeting right now.
Just to the other question, what kind of integrations do you have to do with the company to actually make this possible? So are you doing all the work for the integration, or they are doing the work for it?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking. So we have two important integrations. One is for the security admin side to make sure like our product is available in employees' workflow, right? So we have presence in Google Workspace, Microsoft Outlook, and browsers, all Chromium-based browsers. And then the second part of integration is like to connect back our detection or human risk back to their tech stack. So maybe SIM or some other tools they are using, maybe firewall. So we are actually closing the loop to make sure like whatever is passing through their security controls, we can detect them and send back to their security controls so that they can block for the next time.
We're actually not taking audience questions. We're just keeping it to the judges. But feel free to reach out afterward. Okay, awesome.
We can chat later.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Please, guys, round of applause. And I'd like to welcome our final founder onto the stage. Everyone, please give it up for Zoya Khan at Afterwork.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zoya. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Afterwork. Afterwork is an AI co-pilot for corporate event planning. So for those of you who have ever planned an event, it's extremely hard. It's manual, it's laborious, and I'm talking phone calls, emailing, vendor coordination, all of it. It completely sucks. And that's because event management looks like this. If this slide looks overwhelming to you, it's supposed to. These are all of the steps it takes to just plan one event. So I'm talking payments, discovery, procurement, contracts, everything. And that's where we come in. Afterwork has actually created the world's first end-to-end event planning platform. We can build and create any type of event for any corporate team. Today, companies are wasting billions of dollars planning events manually. That ranges from internal events like team building, team exercises, to external events like networking events, happy hours. And in this hybrid world, more and more spend is actually going on to team retreats, and everything's being done manually. I want to show you a quick way of how Afterwork works. Essentially, a user comes on and tells us about their event. And then from there, we can actually generate all of the different event vendor components. So venue vendor recommendations, tasks, agendas, expense reports, and marketing content. We actually also have a virtual assistant that actually helps anybody who needs to plan an event. So people who are non-planners can even interact and ask it for all the different event components like venues and even agendas, and that can directly interact with the platform. Our users are from some of the largest companies today. We actually are working with event teams at OpenAI, HubSpot, Google, Samsung, Pinterest, just to name a few. We actually built and iterated the product with them as well. And we actually launched our version 1 of our product today to our beta users. So thank you so much. It's been a long time coming. We launched our MVP in November of last year, and we have about 2,200 users. We're live in 49 countries, and we actually have built about 1,000 different events on our platform. Our revenue model is simple. We actually charge a per user per month subscription fee, and our target market are event teams, marketing teams, assistants, and anybody who's planning their events manually. Here are a few of our competitors, with most notably being Cvent. Cvent was actually acquired for $5 billion. And what actually makes Afterwork different from all of our competitors are 3 main things. 1, we've actually built our own proprietary data set on event planner information. 2, we fine-tuned our AI model to that information, so now we can actually be a virtual assistant and planner to anybody. And 3, we're not globally constricted. We actually are live and can plan events in 10,000 cities across the globe. Here's the founding team. My name's Zoya again. I have a background in neuroscience and AI. I was most recently a VC. Anujan is he's the CTO of the company. He's the machine learning engineer and has built multiple SaaS and marketplace models. And Afra was the youngest client exec at IBM, doing multi-million dollars in sales kickoff events at IBM. Here are a few of our investors, with most notably being Hustle Fund. Hustle Fund has supported us, and they've invested in companies like Webflow, Vimcal, and a bunch more. We also have a bunch of exited founders, YC partners, and ex-conference and marketing leaders. One really big investor is the ex-CMO of Dell. She really supports our technology and is actually going to roll us out there as well. Right now, we're actually having early seed conversations. We raised about $650,000 to date. We have a team of 7, and we are raising our seed in August. We're being looked at a few of our different investors, different seed investors. So yeah, looking to have more conversations. So join us to make event planning easier, cheaper, and more fun. Thank you.
Good job.
Do I keep it for the questions? Or? Oh yeah, okay.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Can you tell us a little bit more about your design partners and maybe some of the ways that they helped influence your product roadmap?
Yeah, so some of our, you mean like our customers? Like how they, yeah.
It's your customers.
Absolutely. So HubSpot, the head of events there, she really wanted, for example, a lot of, let's go back to the product real quick, actually. A lot of event partners actually need, they're always doing so much. And so when we were looking at different components to build in version 1, they needed things like, hey, how do we build our agenda? How do we build our task orientation? What marketing content do we need to push out to our different users? So with a lot of that feedback, we actually very much focused on those things. And then the second product that's coming out with this platform will be an attendee integration, which is really massive for events as well. So we're working with partners like Luma, Eventbrite, and actually integrating that as well. So a lot of our customers kind of like built this very much with us. Did that answer your question? Okay, perfect.
On the flip side, could you help me understand, given 49 countries, help me understand your vendor arrangements. How do you go about doing that? And what do they have a platform to interact with you guys, or are you doing it on the phone call? Like 49 countries across different vendors seems like a
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we're actually live in 10,000. So right now, 49 countries are kind of where our users are coming from. Essentially what we did is last year we built up a database. We ran different parameters on venues and vendors. So we looked at different things like what is their rating? Have they worked with corporate partners? Who are they working with? How many times have they worked with, let's say, like a Netflix or a Cisco? And then we actually looked at a lot of different things like, hey, do they have a live presence? Do they email back, to our users? And then we added all that to our database. So we first rolled out in SF, then we rolled out in the Bay Area, and then we kind of went broader to the US, because once you kind of have that algorithm built out, you can do it. Then we went overseas. So I actually also grew up in the Middle East, and so I had a lot of contacts helping me there too. So yeah, that's essentially how we built the database. So no, it's not a marketplace. Essentially, our platform we can interact directly through email. So yeah, a user can choose who they want to work with. Yeah, it's an email integration.
So my question just follows up on that. So what you're saying is all these venues and all the providers, you don't have a profile page for them on your platform. You actually just connect your paying subscriber to those partners, and you get out of the mix? Is that how it's happening today?
Yes, exactly. So we did experiment with a marketplace model just prior to this, and the problem became disintermediation. So a lot of users would just directly work with the vendor themselves. And so what we realized what users needed was an easy and seamless communication platform with their vendor. And so what we do is we pull their information, their images, recommend whatever works for the user. they get to choose who they want to work with. So we'll pull their profile information, like Google rating, phone number, email, all that stuff, and then provide that to the user.
You automatically generate all these pages.
Yes,
and
yeah.
then just let the user go. And the user who has a need, because they do X number of events throughout the year, they pay
Exactly.
the subscription to access it.
Exactly, exactly. Like OpenAI's team, like 10 of them are being onboarded actually next week, and they're all like, they have like 50 events in the next 3 weeks coming up. So they're like, everybody has different vendors. Some of the caterers are overlapping, things like that. So we can, on our platform, you can work with that essentially. Yeah.
We're good?
Cool. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.